Sean, I know you recently had a patient with sunflower syndrome. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I love this one. So, this is a 10-year-old who was diagnosed with autism at the age of 2. Um, he spoke, but very infrequently. He was in life skills classes, no sports, and they came to us because he started having seizures. He had one big seizure where he was on the school bus and full generalized tonic-clonic seizure. So they came, made an appointment, I think. I'm talking to the kid, and he said that recently on the school bus, he would start to feel weird when they were going through this group of trees. So I'm like, this is interesting. I asked him a couple of questions. I said, when you're going through those trees in the school bus, is the sunlight flickering? And the kid said, yes. So then I'm thinking, do you do anything else during it? So his mom said, actually, when he's going through this, and he's been doing this for years, he would take his hand and he would just do this constantly, just like this. And he'd go into like a staring spell, which they didn't know was a seizure. So I knew just from putting that together, he had most likely sunflower syndrome. It's a photosensitive epilepsy where you're attracted to light. The light, when that school bus and the light flickering, the sunlight flickering, caused him to start doing this movement, causing the seizure, or resulting in seizures. And then we did an EEG. He was having about 200 to 300 seizures a day.
Crazy.
And then we started him on certain medicines because medicine is the answer. If he's cognitively having a hard time in school, he is having seizures now. We put on medicine. His seizures stopped. This whole light flickering thing didn't trigger any more seizures. He's no longer in life skills. He plays football, even against, his mom didn't want to play, and he begged, and he's actually really good. He has a group of friends now. So he actually does not meet the criteria for autism spectrum disorder anymore. Even though I think it was necessary at the time, he has a photosensitive epilepsy, which is being actively treated now. So that's a cool story. And that family, the way it changed that family has been insane. The mom is like, our whole family unit is just different now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it brings up a good point too. Like, the kid was diagnosed with autism when he was 2, and looking for any underlying neurological concerns in these patients with encephalopathy is super important at the initial diagnosis, because obviously this child had an underlying epilepsy. So that, we talk about it a lot, like really looking for underlying neurological issues, genetic syndromes, epilepsies are super important at that initial diagnosis. So part of that comprehensive workup is making sure you're not missing something like this. So
yeah, absolutely. Epilepsy can be not talking. Epilepsy can be psychosis. Epilepsy can be sleep activated, where you're having jerking movements while you're sleeping or while you're falling asleep. Not just your usual. It's like a very constant thing.
Yeah, sleep disturbances.
It's very important
academic
to look for
stuff. Yeah,
dyslexia. There are certain type of epileptic dyslexias. There's I could probably spend a whole day talking about epilepsy and developmental delay, because I really believe that like 50 to 60% of people or individuals, whether they're kids or adults, grandparents, that have any history of cognitive delays or cognitive issues, whether it be reading, writing, that epilepsy is a big part. At least half of those people have some type of epilepsy. So that have never been looked at. So that's why we're really driving this home, because we can make a difference. And it's not just about medicine. It's first of all, let's figure out like what's causing these issues.